Hi guys, my name is Allie. Welcome back to my Booktube channel. Today, I am here to do the Booktube newbie tag. There is 11 questions on the tag that I found on Google. So let's just jump right in and get on started. Why did you start your channel is the first question. I started my channel because during quarantine, and this actually answers another one of the questions. During quarantine, I needed a way to get out of my apartment because I had watched everything on Netflix. And I needed a way to, for something to do and to get out of my apartment because I literally sat in my apartment for 4 months. And I really wasn't able to go anywhere. So I watched everything there was to watch on Netflix. And then I was just like, and Hulu. And then I was just like, okay, start reading, So that's what I did. So I needed a place to talk about the books that I was reading. Sorry, I forgot what the question was. But I needed a place to talk about the books that I was reading because nobody in my real life friends down here in Tennessee reads. I mean, I'm into music like everybody else, but I also read, and I haven't found very many people down here, if any, that read. So I figured YouTube was the place to talk about books. So that's why I started the channel. What are some fun/unique things you could bring to Booktube? Okay, I'm legally blind, so although I have a lot of physical books on my shelves because I like to follow along in the book, the way that I consume my reading is I listen to audiobooks. This also goes back to what I was saying about needing something to do during quarantine. I needed somebody to talk to me because I'm so extroverted that, I needed the stimulation from somebody talking to me. So I just started listening to audiobooks. But, so I listen to audiobooks, and that's how I consume my books. But I also have the physical book so that I can follow along in the book because it makes it more fun for me to be able to follow along and more enjoyable for me. But I don't have to sit there and try to read every single word because it would take me a year to read one book. Maybe I could do it in 6 months. I doubt it. But it takes me 10 minutes to read a page of text because of my visual impairment. So I figure if I'm going to read, it's going to be on audio. What are you most excited for about your new channel? Well, I really am just excited to finally be a part of the Booktube community and in the making videos and doing that side of things. I've been watching Booktube for roughly 2 years, I would say. I probably started in January of 2019. So I've been watching for quite a while, but to be able to make videos is just so much fun, and to be able to connect with people and have other people enjoy the content I'm creating. Yeah, that is what I'm most excited for. Why do you love reading is the fourth question. And I love reading because when I'm stuck in my apartment, I live in Tennessee, and because I live in Tennessee, my whole family lives in Lincoln, Nebraska. So, I don't have any family down here. So in order for me to go out and do things, I have to use Lyft and Uber because I am visually impaired and I don't drive. So reading gives me a way to, in my mind, get out of my apartment without having to spend $20 to go downtown and come back to my apartment. So that's why I love reading. What book series got you into reading? I'm trying to think. What series? You know, the first series that I remember, and I'm still not finished with it, the first series that I remember really getting into, like, once quarantine hit, was either the Virgin River series by Robin Carr, which I'm still not done with, the Cedar Cove series by Debbie May Comer, or the Chesapeake Shore series by Cheryl Woods. Those are my the three series that I am in the middle of right now, and yeah. Those are really the series that got me into it. So that kind of tells you what kind of books I read based on those series. But question number 6 says, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? And right now, I don't know how to edit my videos. So the way you're seeing this right now is the way I'm filming it, you know. I film on my phone, and I don't really know how to edit my videos. So I would probably ask, if I could ask someone something, it would be, how do you edit your videos? What program do you need to do that? And what how much does it cost to get the program, and where do I find it? What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? That's a really hard question, because I just make videos when I have the time and when I have the ideas. So I think sometimes coming up with ideas for videos is a little bit challenging, and yeah, that would be my answer for that. When did you start reading is the next question. I think it's number 8. I've lost count by now. I started reading back in 2019. I read a little bit because I was living in Nebraska not with my family, but I was living in Nebraska, and I was trying to move down to Tennessee. Moving to Tennessee was my goal. So I was trying to save a lot of money so I could move. And so I wasn't going out and doing things with friends as much as I would like to. So in order to save money, I just stayed home and read. I read, I think, a total of like 39 books in 2019. So, you know, nowhere near the amount of books that I'm reading now, just because of the quarantine and because there's really not a whole lot to go do down here right now. But that's kind of how I started. And then once quarantine hit, I just was reading all the time because, as I said earlier, I needed a way to get out of my apartment, and I really couldn't go anywhere. So I read a lot, and by a lot, I mean like over 200 books last year. Where do you read? Okay, this is kind of an interesting question, because I don't take physical books with me wherever I go, but I do have my Kindle, which has a lot of audiobooks on there, and I do have ebooks on there. And the way I do ebooks is I use the text-to-speech function in the ebook, and I read it that way. So I read wherever I'm at. Like, if I'm at home, I'll read. If I'm sitting at Starbucks, because the reason I moved down to Nashville is to be able to go to shows. So if I'm sitting in Starbucks in between shows, I'll read. So I'll read really anywhere. Doesn't matter. I do work from home, so I can just pop headphones in and listen to an audiobook while I'm doing my job. Boss probably won't like me saying that, but oh. He doesn't watch the channel. What kind of books do you like to read? I like clean romance and Robin Carr. I don't know that I would necessarily... She's more open door as far as, like, steamy times than I normally read. But I really enjoy her writing and I enjoy her stories. So I'll read her too. But I really like Debbie May Comer and Jeanette Oak and some other clean authors. And I also really enjoy Amish Fiction, because what I've found with Amish Fiction is it's more about the relationship between the two people. And really any clean romance is this way. It's more about the relationship between the two people than it is about the physical relationship between the two people. It's more, and that's, it's more about the actual I don't know if it's called personal relationship, but that's what I'm calling it. It's more about the personal relationship between the two people than it is about the physical relationship. And that's really kind of what I like to read. So, yeah. What does your collection look like? So, and that's like the bonus question. I have quite a lot, well, on Booktube standards, I have a small collection, but compared to like my friends, I have a pretty large collection of physical books sitting over on a shelf over there, which you can't see. Maybe I'll show it in a shelf tour sometime, I don't know. But, and then I also have a Kindle, and I have a Kindle Fire that has ebooks on it. I have probably 600 ebooks on there. And then I have Audible books. And I also use because I'm legally blind and visually impaired and qualify for this service, I use the National Library Service for Talking Book program. So I have books on there. So, I have a very extensive collection and a very large there's lots of services that I can use to get new books if I need them. So that is all of the questions that are on the Booktube newbie tag. I would like to thank everybody that watched this and watched this whole video till the end very much for watching. And I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and hit the subscribe button to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Have a great weekend and a great March Mystery Madness month, because it is the very beginning of March. Bye, guys.